So China is on the other side of the extreme, on the other side, on the other extreme side of the spectrum. In China, all of these guys are replaceable. All right. Uh, in fact, I think last week we had the conviction of the CEO of the big development company Evergreen that they had, right, that went bankrupt, right. So he was sentenced to life in prison. Him, he and a whole bunch of people around him, right. So to China, all of these guys are replaceable. To us in the US, these guys are gods, right? They run everything. Again, this is going to shatter in the next few years. People are going to demand the rich to be taxed more. Just saying this, not again as a matter of feeling or as wishful thinking. No, as a matter of practicality, because somebody has to pay the bills. An average person just doesn't have the money. So that's how it is. Uh, and I said these guys they're not going to go anywhere. Again, that I think will happen between 2030 and 2032. And Next step after the problem is dealt with temporarily. The Congress, the government is going to most likely come up with a longer term plan, such as spending caps that are tied to GDP growth, you know, something that is going to essentially force the spendings uh, uh, down and limited, so that the same crisis does not happen again. Now, to sum up, uh, on the current path, again, the math tells us that our debt is going to grow to north of $75 trillion by 2035. Interest payments inevitably are going to grow to more than one third of our tax dollars, and a real chance that a fix will come is going to happen after we have uh, a market force crisis. Uh, Personally, when I think of years 2028, 2029, yeah, they I think everybody should be concerned. 2029 is 100 years after 1929. So we know that there are a bunch of players in the market who are also you know uh, who also care about those things, right? And another thing that we have, I will briefly touch upon now, but it needs its own video. So there is this statistics that 40 years after the peak birth rate of each generation, uh, we have a financial, we have a major economic crisis. Uh, you can go back and look at this yourself, uh, and that's due to a variety of reasons. So baby boomers, their peak birth rate happened at 1958, I believe. You can look it up. And If you go 40 years ahead, you will get to 1998, 1999, and then you remember the Nasdaq and dot-com bubble, right? So then I think Gen X, their peak birth rate happened at 1978, and then I'm sorry, on 1968. And if you add 40 to that, you'll get to 2008. That's for Gen X. And millennials, again, you can look it up. Millennials' peak birth rate was at 1988. So by 2028, you have a whole bunch of vast majority of millennials being beyond 40 years old, like myself, for example. and at that point, that means that most of them, they already bought houses, they have families and whatnot. So again, this statistics, it on one factor that plays a role is the housing market, but there are other factors as well. But in any case, we have this statistical fact. Again, that's there too. That also makes me scared about year 2028 and 2029. So uh, again, uh, please leave comments. Tell me what you think about these numbers, this analysis, and I would be happy to reconsider my analysis. And I'm open to further debates. Right. You have a good day.